Welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Today we're working on the 1969 Bolt Atlanta. This little beauty here. We'll talk about the paint job in a minute. This car has a V8 1-carb 0HV engine, an engine we're really familiar with because we've done quite a few cars with this specific engine. We bought this from the barn for £12,766. Not too bad, and it's in decent condition. We'll actually make a profit if we sold it as is. Now, the paintwork. It's an interesting one. I've not seen this paintwork before on any car, and it's something that I thought about afterwards that we're probably going to try and utilise when it comes to repainting the car. I don't think we're going to change that style of livery, just because it looks like a chameleon skin, a lizard maybe. I like that look. It's definitely a different kind of look for any car I've done so far. Back to today. So we're going to take the engine out as always. That'll be the first job we do. Fix the engine, rebuild the car to factory condition as if we haven't done this car before, and then we'll put it around the track for both lap time and top speed and see where it comes in our leaderboards. Our leaderboards are filling up nicely. We've done a fair few cars now, so hopefully this can set us the leaderboards alight for us. But gearbox coming off first, and I think that is all the bits that now connect to the engine. So I think we can get out. And looking at the insides of the car, it doesn't look that bad condition. There's some rust. We know there's stuff we need to do, but it's not that bad. So hopefully we can fix the majority, save us some money, increase our profit line. Okay, engine coming out. And we'll head into the warehouse, put this on the stand, and see what we need to do in terms of fixing. So as always, we'll speed up the taking this all apart, and we'll see you when it's all apart. So that is the engine just about done. Just got the camshaft to come out and then the engine block itself. Again, most of it looks in decent condition. We should be able to fix a good majority of it. That's the plan going forward. So we'll go off and fix everything, buy the parts we can't fix, and we'll come back and put it all back together. So everything is done. We just need to start rebuilding. And as always, we'll speed through this as well, so you can see what we did, but I won't talk over it. So off we go. That is the engine just about done. Last few bits going on. We've got the air filter going on now, and that's the top of it. Although we haven't actually got one. It's always the way. The last part we don't have. There we go. Something I'd forgotten to buy. But I think that's the engine done. Let's have a quick look round the sides, make sure there's nothing else we've missed. It does look a fantastic engine. As I say, it's an engine we've done a fair few times now. So it's a very common engine in some of these cars. And it does look good. There we go. That is all done. So now it's time to head back to the car and deal with everything else. So we're going to do the suspension. Again, we'll speed this up as we take the suspension off the car. And we'll see you in a little while. So that is all just about done. The only thing in the engine bay was the fuse box with some fuses. We're going to take the fuses out and we're going to do a usual trick of just seeing what is required, add it to a shopping list in advance. That way we can't miss any fuses or relays. I find this a really good way of just making sure there's nothing forgotten about. Also press the right button, that does help. So just add all these to a shopping list, then we know we're going to buy everything we need. Makes life a little bit easier. I tend to do this with the engine bay itself now as well. Just put it into build mode and click down on everything that's left in it, anything that's not there, and that way we can't miss anything. We still do occasionally, admittedly, but it's a good way of making sure we miss as little as possible. Now, bodywork coming off. There's a few things I was a bit unsure of, like we're taking parts off and I was thinking surely something else comes off, especially at the front, but it doesn't seem to. Okay, that's coming off. And on the sides as well, I thought there'd be an extra panel, but obviously not. There we go. Light coming out as well. And we've got to do the internals. So let's take these out now. At least then we can add these to our shopping list. Buy them while we're in the shop. And get all that done in one go, really. Okay, that is them out. And we need to weld it. Now, the bodywork itself was in very good condition, but we still need to weld it. We're going for 100%. We can't not weld anything. We won't see a massive difference, I don't think, on the frame itself, because it was already okay. So off we go, fix everything, we're back in a second. Here we are. Everything has been fixed or brought that's required. We'll start with the engine bay, and then we'll go to do the suspension. We're going to speed this up as always, so I'll see you in a bit. So that is the car just about done. We've added all the liquids. I kind of ended up speeding that up today just because showing you adding the liquids is kind of a bit pointless. Everyone has to do it. We know it is needed. But it's a bit of a waste. So I just thought we'd add that into the sped up part. Okay, the seats are in. We can now put on all the bodywork. Most of this was able to be fixed. Obviously, there's some parts like glass, the lights you can't fix, but the majority could be. So that was quite an easy job. As I think, I kind of don't think we spend much money on this. I would say probably a little bit over 10 grand to rebuild and fix everything. I don't think it's a massive amount of money, which is really nice. To be fair, most rebuilds cost about 20 to 30 on average, I would have said. This one I think was probably a below average. We have missed a window though. There's always something. I can't guarantee I'll get everything in one go. So, back bumper going on, rear bumper and license plate. And we've got the rear light. We need to go and buy this rear window. I don't think it was there in the first place, so because we didn't take it off, I think that's why I missed it. It's easily done. But rear window going in. Door going back on. And the glass. There we go. I think we're just about done. Wind mirror. Is there anything left? I think that's it. So, as it confirms there, the Bolt Atlanta from 1969, 100% factory rebuilt. So we're going to go off, paint the car. I've got an interesting colour in mind. Hopefully it works. And we'll see you in a second. And here we are. So I went for a green. The kind of livery kind of made me think of scales from a lizard or a snake. And I thought green. I think it would really suit it. Proper outback kind of car. I think it's come out really well. There was no point taking the livery off. I kind of thought we've got to use it as is, so that's what we've done. I'm pretty happy with the end result. We can have a quick look inside in a second as well. But I hope you like it. This was one I did. My son didn't have a choice in the colour of this one. It was just me. Getting a bit crazy with the colours now. Trying to change it up a little bit. But everything is all done. So let's head off to the racetrack and see what lap time we can achieve. So as we're about to start the 5th lap, this was how many laps it took us to get to our best. So we had maximum of 5 laps and it was our 5th and final lap where we managed to beat our best time. Before this lap, our best time was our 3rd lap, which was a 153.7. Not a million miles away from our other times really. As you see, the last lap, the 4th lap was a 153.8. That wouldn't really upset the leaderboard massively. The biggest issue with this car that I found was the brakes are useless. The car is fast, it has a decent acceleration, decent top speed, but the brakes just don't seem to want to slow the car down. Maybe they're just not good enough for the kind of speed the engine can produce. But this lap was our best, so here we go. It's not too bad in the corners, as you can see. It does take them quite nicely. It kind of settles itself down pretty well. A lot of old cars we found back end likes to slide. Try and turn the wheel even a little bit on any corner while accelerating, it tries to flick out. This doesn't. It's the brakes that lower it down. And here we are. A few more corners to go now. We've got the long left-hander coming up. And I would say, looking at the clock at this point, we're doing okay. It's not going to be the fastest car in the world, but I think it'll be pretty good on our leaderboard. Long left now, just trying to hover it round, feathering the throttle as we go round to keep speed up, but also keep the car under control. Decent exit. Now we've got a short left-hander followed by a right-hander next. What we do is we get here. We need to really hit the braking point nicely. We need to get the car to rotate as quickly as possible. Braking heavily there. Rotating around. Really nicely done. Left-hander now. A little bit off. We could have been closer to the edge of the track there. One last corner. And as we finish the lap, we are going to do a time of a 152.795. 10th on the leaderboard. So I did say it wouldn't set the leaderboard alight. 10th place though is where it settles. So not fantastic, but it's okay. It's still on the leaderboard. It's the first one we've done. Top speed test now, and as I say, this is a V8 1-carb 0HV engine. We have done a lot of these. It's probably the most common engine we've done in any of our rebuilds. So we know it should do a decent amount. I'm guessing it should do over 200 kilometers per hour, easy with that kind of engine. but it depends if we top out too soon. Already up to 185 and climbing, it's still going strong. And there we are, we've hit 200 kilometers per hour, so it should be okay on the leaderboard. How much more can we climb? That's the question. 212, still going up. We are getting towards the end of the track though now, it's going to be close. And we are going to finish on a 223 kilometers per hour, which is 138.566 miles per hour, 11th place on our leaderboard. And now we talk money. So we spent £13,303 fixing it. Total spend including buying the car was £26,069. We are selling it for £50,194. It's a tiny profit, but a profit nonetheless, of £24,125. So pretty good. Didn't set the leaderboards alight. Made an okay profit. But another car added to our leaderboards and another car that we have now rebuilt. So that is it for today. We'll see you in the next rebuild.